Good morning, students. Welcome to today's computer class. Today, we are going to study about tables with MS Word 2013. Okay, so we're going to study about tables in MS Word 2013. Okay, when I say the word tables, what comes in your mind? Can you please answer my question? When I say tables, what comes in your mind? I can see this, feel that somebody is saying that dining table, study table. Is that a table you mean? No, it's not a study table or a dining table, okay? Apart from this, what type of tables you know? That's good. It's a class timetable. You have seen the class timetable, right? In your diary at the back side, you have a timetable of your class. Am I right? Okay, then anything else? Exam timetable. Then students name list, that is also a type of table, right? So you have seen tables with a exam timetable, class timetable, then mark list, students name and everything. On the whole, how does a table looks like? So it is something like this. So class timetable means it's a lengthier one. Am I right? Then students name list means only two columns. Roll number, name of the student. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 or 40 students. It will be like a rectangular shape, right? And this is the class. Assume that this is a class timetable, okay? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all the days will be displayed and periods, first period, second period, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It goes on up to 8 periods. Am I right? So this is the tables we have seen so far. Now we are going to study about how to create these tables in MS Word 2013. Got it? Before studying about how to create tables in MS Word, I want to ask you something, okay? So see, I have drawn something here. So what do you call this as? Just tell me, come up with the answers. What do you call this one as? That's good. We call it as a line, okay? So the first answer you said it's a line, okay? So is there any other word we can call this as? How can you specifically say? You have studied in LKG, pre-KG and LKG have studied this. When you were in LKG, how does the teacher taught this line as? That's good. They taught it as sleeping line, right? So you can call it a sleeping line. Okay. Now, you are in 5th standard, so we are not supposed to call it a sleeping line. So how can we call this line as? Do you know any other word for specifying this line? No? Okay, I'll tell you. We can call this as a horizontal line. This is a horizontal line. Let me write the spelling here. H, okay. Horizontal line. We can call it as horizontal line or we can call it as a row. We can call it as a row or a row. It's a row. So if it's a horizontal line, that means it's a row. Got it? Okay, let me draw another line. So how many lines, horizontal lines I have? I have a 2 lines. Or you can say that how many rows you have? I have a 2 rows. Okay. So this is row number 1 and this is row number 2. Got it? Okay. Now, let me draw the line here. How do you call it as? So can you tell me the answer for this line? So now I know that you won't call it as line. You won't say the answer. So you say that as standing line. You call it as standing line. Okay. So I accept you call it as standing line. Okay. So in LKG, your teacher taught you as this is a standing line, right? Now you're grown up. You're in 5th standard. So you have to call it as vertical line. You have to call it as vertical line. Okay. vertical line or column. See, column. C-O-L-U-M-N. Column. N is silent. You have to call it as vertical line or column. Okay, so this is called horizontal line or row, and this is called vertical line or column. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, so this is one horizontal. This is, I can call it as column. Column. This is another column. Column 1, column 2. I have drawn two columns. Okay. So if you draw simply, then we call it as a vertical line. Okay, we call it as vertical lines. But when you overlap this lines over here, what happens? The horizontal line and the vertical lines, they are intersecting. See, this is the intersecting point. So here they are intersecting. Here it's intersecting. So many intersecting points are there. Intersecting means they are meeting at one particular place. That is called intersecting points. Got it? So this horizontal lines and vertical lines are intersecting at a particular point. So see, two horizontal lines are here and four vertical lines are here. So when these two lines are intersect, we are getting one box. We are getting one box. Am I right? So if you draw separately, do we get a box? No, right? It's like a open lines. But when the horizontal lines and vertical lines intersect each other, we are getting a box. We have to call this box as cell. How do we call it as cell? So this is called cell. Okay, so how many cells I have now? 1, 2, 3. Because only 3 are the closed boxes. Remaining are opened in one side. So they are not called as cells. Got it? Okay. Shall I make the remaining things as a cells? So how I'm going to make it is, I'm going to draw one more vertical line here and here also one vertical line. Here one horizontal line. Here one horizontal line. So now you can see that so many intersecting points are here. Okay. So here is a point, here, and we have got so many cells. So many cells we have got it. Okay. So now how does this box looks like? What do we call it as? Yes, this is called table. This is called table. So did you understand how does a table it's made up of? It is made up of horizontal rows and vertical columns. Got it? Horizontal rows and vertical columns. When the rows and columns intersect each other, what is formed? A cell is formed. So it has many cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cells it has. Is it clear, students? So how does a table it's made up of? A table it's made up of horizontal rows and vertical lines. Okay. Now let's see how many rows are here. How many rows are here? So this is the first row. Okay. So this is row number 1, and this is row number 2. Then this is row number 3. Got it? So that is, they are rows, horizontal lines. Then this is vertical lines or columns. So this is column 1. This full it's column 2. Okay. And this full it's column 3. This is column 4. This is column 5. Clear? Okay. Let us draw one more table. Okay. After rubbing the board, we will draw. Then you will understand clearly. Okay. So let us draw another table. Okay. So the table, I'll tell you what does the table consist of. Okay. So I need a table. Okay. With the students name list. Students name list. I want to display 5 students name list with the roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and students name. I want to write it in a table. Okay. So just imagine that what I need. So total how many rows I need? Because I'm going to specify 5 students details. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows I needed. Okay. So number of rows are 5 I needed. Okay. Because I'm going to display the table of 5 students name list. Name list of 5 students. Okay. Then how many columns I need? Okay. Number of columns. So what I'm going to display, serial number or roll number and then name. So how many columns? 2 columns. Okay. So it is 2. Okay, let's see how to do it. So the first one is roll number. That is a heading for the table. Okay, each column. Then another side I need name of the student. Name of the student. Okay. So see the box here. So how many columns I have? This is one column. This is column number 1. And this full it's called column number 2. So did you understand why did I write number of columns is 2? Clear? Okay. So how many rows I needed? Let's see. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 students, right? So 1. Shall we count how many rows we needed? Yes. This is, actually this is also a row, right? So this is row 1. This is row 2. This is row number 3. This is row number 4. This is row 5. And this is row number 6. Row number 6. Okay, so what I have written here? 5. Is that correct? No, right? I have written by just telling that 5 students, so I need a 5. But which is the 6th one? This caption, the title of each column. It's important. See, without this, will it be understandable? So if I'm not writing this name, roll number, and name, okay. If I'm not writing this, then will it be understandable? Okay, here writing Amruta, Anida, Bhagyalakshmi, Gayatri, Gangotri. So names I have written. Okay. So do you call it as a complete table? We won't call it because the table does not have a headings, does not have headings. So we won't call it as a complete table. So we need a caption. Okay. So this is roll number and this is name. They are called captions. Then only the table will become complete. So whenever you are supposed to create a table, first think of how many rows and columns you need. Okay. So columns, it's very easy. As many columns you're going to, your table going to contain, like a roll number, then name, then 5 subject marks total. So how many? Roll number, name, 5 subjects, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects, and total marks. So total 8 columns you need. And if you want to prepare for 10 students, mark list for 10 students, how many rows you need? Rows, how many rows? For 10 students. For 5 students you need 6 rows, right? One, it's a caption. Similarly, for 10 students you need 11 rows. That means for the caption you need another row. Got it? So shall we draw a table for mark list? So the table. So what are the things we needed? First we will write it. Okay. So we need roll number. Okay, then what else we need? We need name of the student. Then we need a marks of English, maths, computer, GS, SS. Then total. So these are the columns we needed. So let me draw a line here. Name, subjects, So these many columns we need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns. Okay, but columns are same. But for rows, okay, rows, how many rows we need? As I said, I want to enter details of 10 students mark list. Okay, 10 students. So how many rows I need? 11 rows. Already this one particular row is over. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the space is not enough, so I'm just wind up here, okay? I completed the table here. Got it? So this is the way you have to draw a table. Clear, students? Okay. So now let us draw one more big table, okay? That is called your class timetable, okay? So in your class timetable, how many periods you have? Total 8 periods, right? Then you do have a lunch break, okay? Then morning one interval it's there, right? Then in the timetable it have written Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the 5 days. Is that correct? Okay. So if I write a timetable like this, okay? Monday, English, Maths, Science, SS, Hindi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, GS, Malayalam, computer. Okay, I'm just writing for example. Then Tuesday, Maths, PT, Library, SS, GS, Hindi, Malayalam. 7 or 8 period, just assume that, okay? Then Wednesday also I'm writing Hindi first, then Malayalam second, then SS, GS, then computer again, then a library, then you have a PT here. So if I display information in this format, will it be easy to understand? No, right? So the information, whatever we are giving to others, that should be in a neat format. That should be understandable by others. So to make it understand, we are creating tables. We can make textual data and numerical data into a table, okay, for a better understanding. That is the reason we are creating tables. So let's see how to create a class timetable, mainly how many rows and columns we need. Okay, so the class timetable consists of 5 days, then 8 periods with lunch break. Okay, with the lunch break. So how many columns we needed, number of rows and columns you should know. Okay, so number of rows, number of columns. How many rows and how many columns we needed, that you should decide it before creating a table. Even if you make a mistake also, no problem. We can add and delete rows and columns. Okay, we can add and delete rows and columns. So let's see how to do it. Okay, so for number of rows, okay, number of columns we will see first. So first we need days. We need days. Here we write Monday, Tuesday, Friday. So total 5 days. So this is the first column. Then second column, first period, second period, third period, fourth period. Then this is a lunch break. This is lunch break. Okay, so after lunch break, we have first period, sixth period, seventh, and then 8. I think 5 periods will come in the first. Okay, let it be as it is. Okay, so how many columns we needed? See, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So total 10 columns we need, okay, to create a class timetable. Then how many rows we needed? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total 6 rows needed. So we have to select a table of 6 rows and 10 columns. This is a big table, okay? So let me draw a line here. So now you can see that this table looks perfect and it gives you a clear-cut idea of what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give you your class timetable. Is it clear for everyone? So that is the reason we are creating tables. Now let us recollect the important points about tables. Okay. So a table is made up of horizontal rows and vertical columns. Okay. So table is made up of horizontal rows and horizontal rows and vertical columns. Is it clear for everyone? Okay. Then intersection of a row and column is called cell. Okay. So what is meant by cell? Intersection of intersection of rows and column it's called cell. Is it clear for everyone? Okay. Now, there are three ways you can create a table in MS Word. Okay. Small table, big table, and you can draw a table with your own. Okay. So, how many ways we can create a table? We can create table in three ways. Okay. So, we can create tables in three ways. Got it? So, students, I'll give you a small recap of how to create a table in MS Word. Then we will move on to practical session. Okay? So, to create a table, you should go to the tab called Insert. You have to go to Insert tab. And the second thing, it's a group name. It's Tables Groups. Then, which is Table Arrow. The third one is Table Arrow. So if you click on a table arrow, one pop-up appears. One pop-up appears. It will be like this. Okay. First, you can see the grid here. You can see many grids. Total of 10 columns will be here. So all grids you can see. We call this as a grid. We call it as a grid. So from the grid, you can select number of rows and columns as you need. You need a table of 2 rows and 2 columns. You can select only these and create a table. If you need a bigger one, just for whatever you need, using a mouse, click and drag it. Okay, just to move the mouse, you will get selected by number of rows and columns. Got it? Okay. Then after this grid, you have an option called Insert Table. Insert Table. If you choose this option, Insert Table, then you have to specify the number of rows and columns. Okay, so for a big table, you have to go with Insert Table option. Then, if you want, you can also draw a table of your own. So that is called Draw Table. That is called Draw Table. Clear? So this is using the grid. Is the first method. Second method is Insert Table option. Third method is Draw Table option. So first method, this is second method, and this is third method. So total 3 ways you can create tables. Okay, small table, big table, and then draw table of your own. I hope everyone understood. Let's move on to practical session. Then you will understand more clearly. But just to keep it in mind how to create a table. Fine, students. Dear students, welcome back to practical session. As I explained, today we are going to create tables in MS Word. Okay, so shall we go ahead? That's good. So in order to create a table, what do we need and where we are creating these tables? In an application software called MS Word. Okay, so let me take MS Word from my computer. So in the search box, I'm typing MS. When I started typing MS itself, the word appeared. Okay. So here is a MS Word document. In this page, I want to add a table. Okay. As I explained, we can add tables in 3 different ways. Okay. So the first way, okay, we are going to do it. So whatsoever the way, the first step is you have to click on the place where you want to create a table. Okay, so see the cursor, it's blinking here at the beginning of the page. Would you like to add a table over here? If it is so, no problem, no need to click anywhere, just you can go ahead and create a table. Or if you want to create a table anywhere down, just double click on the place where you want to create a table. Okay, so now you can see the cursor, it's blinking down. Now after selecting the place, go to insert tab. Do you see the second tab called insert? Yes, you have to click on insert. Then once you go to the tab, you have to look after the group name. Okay, so we are going to create a table. So tables is under tables group only. Okay, and see this tables has only one icon which is called table. Okay, so insert tab, tables group, table arrow. Do you see a small arrow? Just look after my mouse pointer. Yes, small arrow is there, right? Just click here. When you click, you can see a pop-up menu. Do you see? This is a pop-up. Okay, so in this one, you can see the option called insert table, and below you can see how many boxes, a grid you can see. Grid means consist of boxes. Okay, so in this grid, it has 10 columns. Okay, 10 columns and 8 rows. See, I have selected everything, and you can see the orange color mark for selection. So when I'm not clicking anywhere, just I'm dragging my mouse, that's it. Okay, so do not click. Okay, after selecting, after desiring how many rows and columns you need, then click on it, that will be placed on the screen. See, I'm moving, you can see the same number of, see, I'm sorry, by mistake it is pressed. Okay, so let me go to insert tab, tables. Okay, here, so wherever you move, as many rows and columns you can see on the document. Okay, see here I have chosen 6 columns and 2 rows, which is displayed over here. Do you see at the top of this pop-up, 5 into 2, that means 5 columns and 2 rows, and if it is enough, you can just click on it. Now I want only 2 columns and 5 rows. So click on it. See, it has appeared, right? So the table it's appeared. Got it? Okay. So what we are going to do with this table is, first we are going to enter some data. The data we are going to enter its name list. Okay. So what are the table? It's going to contain serial number and name on the another side. Okay. So you can see the cursor, it's blinking inside. Cursor it's blinking inside. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just to start typing what you need. Okay. So serial number is the first heading for the first column, and for the second column, name of the student. Okay. So how to move to this column? There are 2 ways. Keep the cursor here and click. You will get a cursor and you can type. See, I am typing name of the students. Name of the students. Okay. Now again, I want to get back to the next column. This is the next column, right? So first way I said, just keep the cursor and click enter. You will get a cursor, right? So the another method is, in your keypad, okay, in your keyboard or a keypad, you can see the key called tab, okay. So you have to click on the tab key. When you click on the tab key, you will move to the next cell. You will move to the next cell. So here serial number it's 1. I'm moving to the next cell. In the next cell, I want to write name of the student. Okay. So it is first name Habirami. Okay. Then I want to come to the next cell. So I pressed tab key. I'm not using the mouse. Okay. So tab key number 2. Then I'm pressing the tab key again. Okay. So next name Akshara. Okay. Likewise, you can just go ahead and type it. So number 3, next one, number 3. Okay, tab key, Amrita. Got it? So similarly, you can type all the names one by one. So fourth one, Anaya. Okay. So likewise, you can go ahead and type your name, student's name list. Every students, please try to create a table of at least 5 students. Okay, 5 students in your class. Got it? Okay. So we have created a table and entered some information. Entered some information. Now I feel that this table looks too bigger in size. Am I correct? So we can just reduce the size of the table also. Okay, there are many ways you can do it. I'll teach you one by one. The first method is, see, after serial numbers, such a long gap is there, right? So if you want to reduce that gap, okay, keep the cursor on the column line. See, my cursor, it's a I symbol. When I keep it on the table, how does it becomes? Do you see that it becomes an arrow symbol? Do you see now? Both side 2 arrows are here. Okay, minutely keep it on the column line, then click and drag it. Do you see one dotted line it's moving? You move it as much distance as you need. Now do you see that serial number extra spaces, we just removed it by just clicking and dragging. Okay, then here also name of the students. So this is also too big, right? So what is the procedure? Yes, keep the cursor on the column line until you get this double-headed arrow, double-sided arrow, not headed, double-sided arrow. Click and drag it to the length you need. Got it? So I have added a table over here. So one of my table it's over. Okay. So in a first method, I have created a table. And if you want to make it beautiful, what you can do with colorful, or the letters want to be colorful, just select the first column. Okay. Then go to Home tab and Font Group. This is a font color. I have already taught you in chapter 3. Do you remember? That's good. Okay. So go to Font Color. This color palette appears. You can choose any color as you like. See, I have chosen a red color, but still it is not that much looks attractive. So I'm choosing bold handwriting. Now do you see? Serial number, name of the students. Okay. Now select the remaining things. For the remaining list, I want to place it in the color. See, I'm in Home tab, Font Group and Font Color. Click here and choose a color as you like. I have taken a dark blue. Okay, so this is a name list. Got it? Okay. And one more thing, if you want to add another row, what is the procedure? Adding another row. Okay. So keep the cursor wherever you want to add. I want to add it after Anaya. Okay. So I clicked on Anaya. Got it? And now right click on it. Just to do a right click on the mouse. Okay. Or mouse pad. If you have a right button, click on it. Then you can see the option called insert. Insert. It's asked insert columns to the left. It's asking whether you want to add a column to the left side or to the right side, or insert a row above. One row you want to add it above, or row below, or you want to insert only one cell. So these many options are appearing. So whether you want to add a column to the left or right, then the row above or below. Okay, so you have to choose. I want to add a row below this Anaya. Okay, so let me go to insert and insert rows below. Now do you see one row is added? Yes. Okay, let me type here, and my question is now which key I have to press to go to the next cell? Shortcut key. Yes, that's good. It's a tab key. It's a tab key. Okay, so next name Bhagyalakshmi. Okay, next name is Bhagyalakshmi. It's a next name. So we have written. Similarly, if you want to add a one more row, just right click. Okay, wherever you need. Say for example, I want to add a name after Akshara. Okay, after Akshara, I want to add another name. So click here, right click, insert, insert below. I want to add it below. So see, below Akshara, I have got another row. So 3. I want to add Akshita. Okay, it's my daughter's name. Okay, I have added Akshita. Got it? Now you have to change the numbers also. 4. The next one it's 5. Okay, the next one it's 6. In this way you can add a row. Okay, and if you feel that if you want to delete one particular row or a column, okay, so what you have to do, just click on the place where you want to delete. Okay, say for example I want to delete this Bhagya Lakshmi which I added now. Just click on the mouse, then right click, then do you see delete cells? Click here, you will get another delete cells option. Shift cells left or up or entire row or entire column. So I want to just delete the entire row. So select the entire row, click on OK button. So the row is deleted. Got it? That's good, students. Now I have taught you how to add a table in the first method and how to enter data. Okay. Then how to add rows and delete rows. How to add rows and delete rows. Got it? Now we are going to add another column here. See here the third column I need. Serial number, name of the students, then class, which class they are studying in. That is I want to add it. Okay, so I need another column here. So you have to click anywhere over here. Okay, click anywhere on this column, right click, then insert and say insert column to the right side, because right side only I need. Do you see a column it's added? Yes. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is as I said, class I'm going to write. Okay, class, which class the student is studying in. This is class 5. The next one Akshara, it's also class 5A. You can just do anything. Then Akshita, actually Akshita it's LKG, no? Okay, let me put LKG. Okay, then Amarda is also 5. See, I'm simply typing. Okay, so it is, she is in 5C, then Anaya is in 5D. So I have written like this. And if you want to reduce these many spaces, what you have to do, you have to keep the cursor on the column line until you get double-sided arrow mark and then click and drag it. Got it? Okay. So we have done the changes. We have added a column. Clear? Okay. So this is the way we add a table, add rows and columns. Okay. And deleting rows and columns also same. If you don't want, click here, right click. Right click. Just you have to do it properly. Okay. Otherwise you won't get it. Now do you see? Got it? Right click, delete cells, delete entire column. I'm deleting the serial number. Now just only the name of the student and class is displayed. Clear, students? That's good. So this is the first way of adding table. Okay.